Okay, our next topic in pre-calculus is about binomial theorem. Okay, let's analyze the binomial A plus B. A plus B is a binomial. It is easy to raise the binomial to an exponent provided that our n is not a bigger number. If it is already a big number, it is very hard to expand the binomial A plus B. Okay, let's try. Expanding A plus B to different exponent or different values of n. Let's try starting from 0. Okay, what is A plus B raised to 0? It is 1 because any number raised to 0 exponent is always equal to 1. How about A plus B raised to 1? The answer is still A plus B. It doesn't change. How about a degree higher? This is A plus B raised to the second power is equal to, this is just merely multiplying A plus B to another A plus B. So this is going to be A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. Okay, next, another degree higher. So this is A plus B cubed. How are we going to find the expansion of A plus B to the third power? So this is going to be A cubed plus 3A square B plus 3AB square plus B to the third power. Okay, next, another degree higher. So this is going to be A plus B to the fourth power. So this is going to be A to the fourth power plus 4A cubed B plus 6A squared B square plus 4AB cubed plus B to the fourth power. Okay, you might be wondering how do I get the expansion without going to the traditional A plus B times A plus B times A plus B and times A plus B. As we go along, I'm going to reveal what is the process. Okay, next. How about expanding this to another degree higher? So this is going to be A plus B to the fifth power. So this is going to be A to the fifth power plus 5A to the fourth power B plus 10A to the third power B square plus 10A squared B cubed plus what? 5AB to the fourth power plus B to the fifth power. Okay, let's try to notice the coefficients of each expansion. Okay, in the first number wherein the exponent is 0, there is no variable there. So we're going to write the constant 1. Okay, in the next expansion wherein the exponent is 1, the coefficient of A is 1 and the coefficient of B is also 1. Okay, next. With the power of 2, the coefficient of a squared is 1. The second coefficient, or rather the coefficient of the second term is 2. And the last coefficient of b squared is 1. Okay, in the third power, it is 1, 3, and 1. Okay, next in the fourth power, it is 1. Next is 4. Next is 6. Next is 4. And next is 1. Okay, next in the fifth power, it is 1, 5, 10, 5, and 1. Okay. The coefficients, these are coefficients. The coefficients in the expansion of a plus b to the n power for the first few values of n in a triangular array, as shown, is what we call the Pascal's triangle. Okay, what about the Pascal's triangle? Okay, notice every entry other than 1 is the sum of the two entries diagonally above it. So what are the numbers other than 1? They are 2, 3, 3, 4, 6, 4, 5, 10, 10, 5. Okay, let's analyze. It says here, the numbers other than 1 is the sum of the two entries diagonally above it. So what are the numbers diagonally above 2? It is 1 and 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, next, 3. What are the numbers diagonally above it? 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. Same goes with 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. 4. Numbers diagonally above it are 1 and 3. And 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. 6. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. And 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. And 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. So what I'm doing a while ago is not a magic. It is based on the Pascal's triangle. That's why I was able to know the expansion of the binomial a plus b without undergoing the long method of multiplying each binomial by the number of the exponent. So if ever I want to expand a plus b to the 6th power, I'm just going to apply the Pascal's triangle and I will be able to find the coefficients. But first, we have to determine the behavior of the variables. Okay, notice, as the exponents of a and b behave, the exponents of a stays the same in the first exponent. In the second exponent, or I mean the exponent 2, it, what? From 2, it becomes 1. And b, from 1, it becomes 2. Okay, third, from 3 to 2 to 1. I'm no longer writing a to the 0 power here because it means 1. Because any number raised to 0 exponent is equal to 1. That's why we are no longer writing a to the 0 power. How about the behavior of b? It increases. b squared, b cubed. Same goes with a to the 4th power. It becomes a cubed, a squared. A to the 1st power, a to the 0 power. Again, we're no longer writing the a to the 0 power because it means 1. b increases. The exponent of b increases. b square, b cube, b to the 4th power. From a to the 5th power, it becomes a to the 4th, a cube, a square, a to the 1st power. From b to b square to b cube, b to the 4th power, and b to the 6th power. So, since we now know what is the Pascal's triangle and how do A and B behave, we could determine the next expansion, A plus B to the 6th power, A plus B to the 7th power, and A plus B to the 8th power without going to the long method of doing the expansion. Okay, now we know how do we apply the Pascal's triangle, and we already know how do A and B or the variables behave regarding their exponent. A decreases, B increases. Okay, let's apply those knowledge in expanding our binomial A plus B to the 6th power. So, how are we going to do that? So, A to the 6th power plus, what are the coefficient? 1 plus 5 is 6. A, it is decreasing, so this is going to be 5. Retaining our B to the 1st power plus 5 plus 10 is 15. Okay, the behavior of A, decreasing manner, so this is going to be from 5th power to the 4th power. B is increasing, so this is going to be to the 2nd power plus 10 plus 10. It's going to be 20. Again, the behavior of A is decreasing, so from 4th power, it becomes to the 3rd power. B, increasing manner, so this is going to be to the 3rd power. Next, again, adding the coefficients diagonally above it. 10 plus 5 is 15. Again, decreasing manner, this is going to be A squared. Increasing, so this is going to be to the 4th power plus 5 plus 1 is 6. This is going to be A, and this is going to be B to the 5th power plus, there's no more, so this is going to be 1, so we're no longer writing 1, so this is going to be B to the 6th power. Okay, so we were able to expand A plus B to the 6th power without undergoing to the long method. Okay, next, how about trying A to the 7th power? A plus B to the 7th power. Okay, let's do it. So this is going to be A to the 7th power plus 1 plus 6, 7. Again, decreasing manner. So this is going to be to the 6th power. Copy the B. Plus 6 plus 15 is 21. Again, decreasing. So this is going to be to the 5th power. B is increasing. So this is going to be to the 2nd power. Plus 15 plus 20 is 35. A, decreasing manner, 4th power, increasing manner, 3rd power, plus, again, Again, 20 plus 15, 35. Decreasing manner. So, this is going to be to the third power. So, this is going to be to the fourth power. Okay, next. Plus 15 plus 6, 21. A square B to the fifth power. Okay, next. Plus 6 plus 1, 7. A, we're no longer writing 1 as the exponent. Then B. What's next after 5 is 6. And the last term will be B to the 7th power. Okay, it's so easy. Once we know the rule in the Pascal's triangle and how do the variables behave. But what if we will be asked to expand those terms in a very high exponent? Let's say A plus B to the 100 power. So it is really tedious task in doing this way or method, because when we will be asked to find A plus B to the 100 power, we have to find the 99 power, the 98 power, the 97 power, because we have to add the coefficients of the preceding expansion in order to determine the succeeding coefficient.